Taking a critical look at development at major sectors of the economy: agriculture, education, health, industry, oil, power. In all of this, electric power is arguably the most important asset a nation needs, as it is the foundation of an efficient, lucrative, and modern society. How have we fared with power?
Before now, everything revolved around one monopoly company, PHCN.
During PHCN, there were a lot of bureaucracy in terms of activities, in terms of the way the jobs are being done.
When it was PHCN or NEPA, was nothing to write home about.
For Nigeria to achieve sustained economic growth and development, the power sector will have to be given an extreme makeover. The inhabitants of Edo, Delta, Ondo, and Ekiti states, respectively, had reasons to smile because BEDC had come with a breath of fresh air. BEDC had a plan to turn the power sector around positively.
Any organization that is connected with power is bound to play a vital role in the economy.
And indeed, the first step in any developmental process is to develop the human resource involved. BEDC understood the need to acquire the needed manpower while pruning the existing manpower to effectively fit into the overall plan of making the power sector the dream of every Nigerian.
It was important to commence with full-blown personnel that can start making sure that the dream of BEDC is realized. We needed additional personnel.
And for once, BEDC broke the general myth that you needed to know someone, then know someone to get a job in the country.
What I did was to look for a job listing on different platforms, which I saw this, that a distribution company wants to recruit. And then I applied. Lo and behold, very, very unlike what people believe, I was called up for an interview, which I did, and some weeks later, I got my appointment letter.
A friend sent me the link, and I applied online. 2 weeks later, I was called for the test, for the aptitude test. Then after like 3 weeks, I was called for the interview, and I got the job.
It wasn't enough just to recruit manpower. There was the need for training and development. Every member of staff had to fit into this vision of transforming the power sector, and that was how and why the Video Power Academy was born.
So we decided to train our own personnel on 1-year program, purely in understanding the way to do distribution business within world-class standard. And that was what made us go into the process of employing young graduates under the age of 30 in the analytical fields, engineering, mathematics, computing, accounting, etc. And then providing for them on the job 10 months experience in addition to 2 months intensive classroom training.
The trainings have actually helped me, giving me the skills with which I can handle different analysis tools that will help to ensure that data integrity is maintained.
Before now, I was not very good analytically. When it comes to data, the usage of data, when it comes to Excel, I wasn't good. But after the training, things turned out. I can do things faster, more efficient way of doing things, and all that.
We actually source for the technicians from 2 different sources. First, we go to different polytechnics to post our ads on their notice boards to let them know that we're looking for young, vibrant OND graduates. Our criteria includes that the candidates should not be more than 30 years of age. The person must have studied electrical engineering in a polytechnic.
We've been taught many things like the safety, how the power is being generated, how it's being distributed, and I think I've learned a lot in the power sector. And now, once you ask me that, what do you know about the power sector, I can say things which I was not taught in school, but I was taught here.
During the process of learning, I also observed that When working on Tentiri, you must take an outage. When taking an outage, before you climb pole, then you need to ground the light first. Grounding the light, the red phase, yellow phase, and the blue phase. Then you put on your safety belts, your hard hat, and your hand glove and plier before working on it.
The training, in one word, I would say awesome. Every undergraduate in electrical electronics, this is one place they have to be.
The training also extended to members of the already existing staff. Affecting the power sector was our key priority. Everyone had to be adequately trained.
We took up another initiative of train the trainers. In this train the trainer concept, we selected some engineers from various business units. We trained them so that they can become facilitators. And to my surprise, all the engineers got trained very rapidly and they were able to impart training to the young entrants. And in this initiative, we call it knowledge sharing sessions. In knowledge sharing sessions, each department is telling the other departments what they are doing and how they are doing. And if they have encountered any problem, how they were able to address that problem. This enhances the knowledge of everyone and everyone comes at the same knowledge level.
We organize trainings for the DSOs, the linesmen, the electrical fitters, and even the technical officers. For every cadre, there is a training organized for them. The HR department, risk, finance and account staff, all staff have visually enjoyed training in BEDC.
Training these days under the BEDC era, it's more focused, more coordinated. Everybody is a team player, everybody is the same page, irrespective of your department. And based on the training also we have now, there are better communication between the BEDC staff and the customer.
We do both general training and just specific training because on the general issue, because every staff has to know exactly what is happening in all the departments, so that wherever you find yourself, you'll be able to fit in. It will not be an issue of this is my department and I don't know what is happening in the other department.
Everybody in the company undergo a training called Understanding the Electricity Business in Nigeria, for them to understand our processes, to understand our policies as relate to every area of the company operations, and then our risk that we face and what are the mitigants we are already putting in place. And also for them to be able to independently on their own, be able to now identify risk and be able to also escalate if they found any for us to be able to deal with.
UABO, the understanding the electricity business, it encompasses everything. And that alone has done almost 95% of the trainings that is required by our staff. And that in turn has improved everything that is required of staff in terms of revenue, reduction of losses, relations to customers and all that. That encompasses everything.
The aim is to change the way we think, the way we operate, and the way we act. It is what will bring us the desired results that we expect. They are the future. So we need to train them.
The training has really helped us a lot. Now we know that our customers are king. We don't just talk to customers the way we like. And the training has also made us understand that it's not just going out there with ladder. We can interact.
Every single staff of BEDC is a customer care officer because it's the service industry and we're all expected through every level of operation to ensure that when we serve customers with the customer's expectation in mind, because the customer is paying and he expects a value, and we as service providers are expected to ensure that we commit to delivering that value.
In the area of BEDC, training is a key to bringing out the best in the staff. And on that preference, sir, we are on 7 over 10, and we are doing the best to achieve that through customers' feedback. They tell you faults are cleared us at when due. Customers give you a call to say, kudos to your boys, they've done the job at the shortest time frame. That shows that the training effect is really telling on the job.
The inhabitants of Edo, Delta, Ondo, and Ekiti can easily attest to these facts.
The performance of BEDC has been excellent, totally excellent. So that if this was to be replicated all over the country, what we experience here, Nigeria will automatically transform into a developed country. It's as good as that. And within a day, even when it goes off, you can close your eyes and be assured that before you open your eyes, power will be restored. But it's not just in terms of the length of time that the power is available, it's also available in quantity and in quality to suit our purpose.
The previous era of NEPA, when you have to approach some of these staffs to address issues with you, you have to do one thing or the other, at least, kind of illegal motivation and all those stuff. But now you have issues with them, you tell them it's done without any penny or any form of illegal tipping. They work accordingly.
Last week, I had a problem in my company about the electricity. And I went to BDC office. I lodged complaint that I have so issue on my company 3 days ago. And I complained to them. The next 30 minutes, he came and rectified my problem. Since then, I'm enjoying the electricity.
Honestly, we are beginning to believe that electricity is possible in Nigeria. Because currently, as I'm talking to you, the light supply has been very effective and efficient. We've been having light in our hotel regularly without any problem. And at any point in time when there's any problem, we complain. They don't waste time at all to solve the problem.
With the introduction of Benin Electricity Distribution Company, there is no doubt there is remarkable improvement. Not 100% improvement, but remarkable improvement over what we experienced in the past.
Well, in the context of Delta Mall, it's been positive. I mean, in the mall here, we need power supply 24 hours a day. So it's comforting to know that there are people you can reach out to, and then they will try to assist you as much as they could, given every circumstance. That's not to say that that's the best that can be done, but in relation to what is obtainable, it's been good.
BDC, I can tell you, is doing well. For the purpose of streetlights, I can tell you that we run the streetlight between the hours of 6 in the evening to 6 in the morning. Within this period, light is steady. I will give them 90% pass mark.
When BDC came, we got this burst of excellence in service. I could walk into the BM's office and lay a complaint, and before you know it, boys are already on the pole, working. You could talk to a person and vent your anger and they tell you, please calm down, don't worry, we'll handle it. Now, that line I never got from NEPA, and I hardly got from PACN. BDC has brought that, putting the customer where they belong into the whole equation of doing business.
Since BDC came in, we can indeed tell that there is a lot of technical input. There is definitely somebody somewhere measuring the power output, making sure it stays within a good range of 220 to 240 volts. And then talking about the duration. As far as University of Benin Teaching Hospital is concerned, we get power supply virtually 23 hours daily, and we get it when we need it most. Sometimes 24 hours daily. They get to talk with us, we talk with them. So that ability to even communicate itself is a huge difference. In those days, you didn't know who to talk with, and if you had anyone to talk with, you were simply ignored because it didn't matter to them. But now there is a difference, and we're happy with it.
This is a steel company, so the power usage is kind of a bit high. So for BDC here,
I have not had any problem. Even in the news, as a public relations assistant, I do check the news. Everybody has not been complaining about the BDC, and personally, I've been enjoying their services as well as the whole company. Apart from this company in Benin City, here and there in Use, new development of goods supply from BDC and everything like that.
When BDC took over from PSN, we discovered that so many customers are restive. And because of this, BDC had to create a room meant for customers. We call the leaders of the group and bring them into the community room. They tell us their problems, and we listen to their problems, and we look for solution to it. And also tell them the process that is required for their problem to be solved. All those things make them happy.
During the time of NEPA, there is no light. They used to make photocopy by 20 naira because they used to buy generator, buy all these things. But now, when there is available light, it's 30 naira. At times, in some places, it's 5 naira. So we experience improvement more than before because it save our time, save our money, save a lot of things, and improve our business.
Inú wa dẹ̀ dùn sí, so àwọn tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ bá wa ṣiṣẹ́ wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ dáadáa fún wa, so bíìlì wa wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ń ṣe fún wa dáadáa, so ẹ ṣé gan, Ọlọ́run á máa ràn yín lọ́wọ́.
When BDC came on board, honestly speaking, many times I think we're even in Europe because they hardly take the light. Sometimes they can leave the light consecutively for 2 weeks, 3 weeks without a blink. So whenever we notice a blink, the only thing that comes to our mind is that there is fault.
The road to providing reliable, uninterrupted power supply in Nigeria is a challenging one, but we at BEDC have taken the first and most important step, ensuring that our workforce is always fully equipped with the knowledge and skills needed to bring improved power service delivery to Edo, Ekiti, Delta, and Ondo states. The customer testimonies prove that we're on the right track. Not only have we heard, but we have also seen the difference in power distribution since we took over. The process continues. BEDC is fully committed and will continue to train and develop its workforce to ensure that they deliver world-class services to meet the power needs and demands of its esteemed customers.
With BEDC, the future is assured.